Yeah, hi guys. I wanted to do a video on this week's trades and the um, current moon uh, space psyop we are witnessing and why that is in here. And we're also going to go through our friend over here, Mr. Kicklighter's USD yen video from Wednesday. Um, and there is another thing we are going to do as well is we have a new applicant to the room, and we will be taking a look at his chart to see whether he has the right what the right aspects in his chart. Um, and if he does, then we will consider accepting him into the room. That's how we do it. That's how the police works. If you do not have Capricorn energy in your chart, you will not be hired as a police officer, um, etc., etc., etc. Where is the YouTube video of what is in the news? We'll break that down real quickly. Um, right, so as soon as I turn this on, I see nonsense here, okay, about a balloon that's a million miles up in the sky. Well, we all know that if you stand on the ground and you look at a helicopter with your eyes, uh, as it gets to a certain distance, you will no longer be able to see it. It's too far. No different than a boat when you're at the ocean and you look out at sea and you can't see the boat anymore. It's gone because it's simply too far for your eyes to see. However, when you grab the binoculars, all of a sudden you can see the boat again. Well, it's the same thing in the sky, obviously. This is a light, it's a natural light from the sky that we typically see in the winter time in the north. It is most likely Saturn. Some believe it's a malfunctioning sun that rules over Hyperborea, which allows Hyperborea to live in a paradise slash Garden of Eden. Um, and in the wintertime, we just witness this sun again as it's coming closer to us. We have all the documents and all the videos to show the mechanics on how all of this works. But we won't entertain that now. We will just read what nonsense they are telling us. Chinese spy balloon poses no threat, Pentagon says. Okay, so balloon suggests air because it's an air balloon. We are now in the month of where? Aquarius, which is an air sign. So the psyop will be about air if there is a psyop, which we will get to in a minute. Um, no threat. Okay, the word threat. Well, we know about threat. Threat is about protection. That's cancer. So we'll look for that too. So we know air is Aquarius. Um, we know that they say spy. Well, Geminis are spies. Typically, when we go back through the James Bond characters, it's much Gemini energy. For them to speak many languages, they need to have a very good Mercury in Gemini. So, and then another person which will remain nameless, which we already know, his chart and his exact time gives us this information too. Um, why the balloon will create new tensions. Okay, it's more fear propaganda, tensions. But what this means is tensions in the US to China. This is going to be about mass surveillance in the US. The people will believe this and they will accept it. So problem, reaction, solution. Chinese are not doing anything. Okay, there is no balloon. Okay. Um, let's keep going. Burning questions. Burning questions. Interesting. Burning. Why would they use burning? That suggests the sun. But anyway, you see where I'm going with this. So what do we see here? The date of this is the 3rd of February. Okay. Let's go back a day. Animate. Jump rate. Days. Back one day. Okay. And now we see that is the 2nd. We'll go forwards and we'll see what changed. Okay. If we watch Neptune and the moon, we will see what changed. Ready? Steady. Go. Boom. Neptune is not retrograding, therefore it's got power behind it. It's moving taking 23 seconds to go 41 degrees, so it is fast relative to the moon at 23 seconds to go only 2 degrees. Suggests that Neptune has some power over the moon. It's also in Pisces and House 12, which is also Pisces, which is its ruler. So it has to happen when it's in its ruling sign. It has to happen, it will happen, and it always will happen. Try it on yourself, you'll see the same thing always happen. We've been through these examples many times. So, for example, if there's a day where you work at a bar and you anticipate high tips, that would be a good day. Would be on a Gemini day, because Geminis typically like to tip, although they can be two-faced. You do get good tippers, Geminis, as they understand the service industry, because they are people of many things. They multitask and they're very good at it. So or if it was in a Gemini month with a positive Mercury aspect, for example, you will guarantee tips on that particular day. The people will be feeling more gracious towards you, etc. Or happy that you were there to serve them or help them. So what do we see? We see Neptune in Pisces and House 12. So it doubles it up, guarantees the Neptune power. What is Neptune about? Illusions. It's the crown. It casts a spell over us. What is the moon here? The moon is the mind. It is what? Just leaving Gemini, house 3. Okay, going into 4, Cancer. Cancer is about protection, protecting against a threat. So they are telling us that they are posing as our false saviors once again, telling us that they are going to protect us from China, from a balloon, okay, a balloon, which is Aquarius air sign. So enough. I'm not even going to give it any more energy. I think you can clearly see it's an illusion, because when and don't forget, we're in the overall huge cycle of the Neptune ongoing illusion of everything, which begun back in. We won't even give the energy to the time. So let's continue here. Those are our trades for the week. We'll go back to, I guess, the 30th. Well, there's the 27th, so that's last Friday. Okay, here is our trades, the closed trades. There's a loss there, that's okay. We do make errors, human error is okay. Sometimes we will also close one if we are at profit on the entire bank, if we're just bored of the bank. But usually when that happens, we wake up the next day and it went where we wanted it anyway but we don't care, we're not upset, because we're not here for a medal. We're not looking for medals here. That's not the purpose of this. Okay, so everything else looks pretty good. There's one here, New Zealand CAD. Yes, I believe we remember doing that. I can't remember why we were in that in the first place. There was only one trade here, so that suggests we were not committed. So that's okay too. I'll put that down to human error, smoking too much weed, boredom, or being confused, which is all part of nature. So that's it. Everything's closed there. We're happy about that. Next. There was a crypto trade in the room last night, but we had some we were not really focused. We were not working on this, but we do recognize, again, we are addicted and will often trade on the weekends, so we better know what we're doing. So there was one, but we didn't do it, and that's okay, wherever it is. Let's try to find it here. And then we'll move on to breaking down the daily FX video. Oh yeah, here. Here it was, where this line is here. Retail went overly short on crypto. We do know that our ongoing dollar theme on a local perspective, we were doing all this week in the US dollar index, wherever that is 1 second, US dollar index, another one here, another one here. And I look across and I don't see any more, so we should have them all up. Not quite sure where it is. Oh, it's here. Yeah, so from Friday, we're speaking of planning a short on the dollar index next week, and then the CAD after that. That's what our plan was on Friday. So we are bearish locally dollar after the move that we witnessed, which means our crypto we will then be naturally bullish on, but open-minded to being wrong and something else happening. We see retail got short, price went up, excellent. And that's it. So I would anticipate something similar to that coming up. We will draw that on the chart, because we like to do this on weekends anyway. Where is a clean BTC chart? Or let's not bother with that. We'll do what's this one here? XMR EOS. LCC. Let's do that one then. This is where they're buying. Retailer long here. But we are bearish on the dollar index. So what I believe I prefer to do. I mean, it's Sunday. This doesn't need to happen till Monday. You know, it can come up like this, drop down, and then we buy it again next week. That's what I would anticipate here. Let's look at it on a slightly larger chart. It's a little early. We're a little early. We're a little early, guys. But yeah, there's not much volatility anyway this weekend. There's not really much point. So the dollar's not doing anything. I don't really see the point in trading this. But yeah. Uh, uh, 5, 1. Well, we know what that means. I'm not personally going to do it, but that's not until Monday. But that's what we would anticipate. Something like another one here. If they do it again, if it tightens up again up there, then another sell where they are buying would be the plan. All right, so the next one is the next thing we needed to cover was, let me try not to forget about this. Yep, okay, here it is. S&P 500 USD JPY. He is speaking about, again, we can't hear the volume when I play, but yeah, you see, you don't hear his voice. So what he's talking about here is it's all negative. He's saying it's a reversal. It's come down 50%. All these negative words about this. He's building a negative sentiment. So um, around this area here. Um, and he's also not really showing you the whole perspective, which is strange. I don't know why he wouldn't show you all the other currencies versus the yen, but just this all the time, and then you can't see back here, and uh, we don't need to see back there because we know that this is the time fractal we're dealing with, and this equals price, and the next part equals price, but we still know where we are in the general picture of things. He never goes back and shows us that. So he's building negative sentiment when you listen to it. Go back and listen to it yourself. If you were a buyer or a seller, what would you be doing? After listening to this video, you'd be bearish, that's for sure. What happens on the 3rd? Well, let's take a look. After this event, boom. All right. I mean, it's just all the time. Now he's doing the next video he's speaking about is concerning um, um, the stocks, and he's but we looked at stocks last night and we don't see anything. It's like, look, here they are. I mean, let's go to the daily. Right, this is everything, right? So retail are not long, they're not short. They are maybe too long on these, but they're kind of too short on these, and then that will kind of bring it back and it'll all balance again. And these two, so if we read this, we try to understand what they're telling us. They're not really telling us anything, which typically means chop. Um, so if you're going to be in a market that's going to chop, why would you do that unless you were deliberately trying to lose money? And the same thing goes again here. Look, we got the same. This can change everything just because this guy is down here. Um, so we're not going to fall for that. But if I did have a gun to my head, what would I do? I wouldn't do it. It's that simple. It's not. It's yeah, not. If this is down, no, it means the collective is mixed. Monthly, we don't really see much here. We had a if this these guys went back, well, I mean that's enough for us. It's the same thing. So I'm not going to get into that. That's why you got to look at the whole perspective. If you're just looking at a few stocks, you're going to be on the wrong side of this. All right. Next, let's quickly break down this chart. I really wanted to do quickly. All right, a sneak peek here at what we go through when selecting candidates into the room. We need their chart, time, town of birth, everything, uh, in order to, and that's just their resume. That's all we need. We don't need a resume. Okay. What's going on here? This chart is all messed up here. One second. All right, here we go. It looks like, yeah, it looks like it's all been changed. But anyway, let's try to read it the new way they've changed it, because this is annoying. All right, no, it's still all right. I suppose we still got everything. Why would they change it like this all of a sudden? This is mad. All right, let's get a thing out. We'll highlight everything that we'd want to witness. We need to know where Neptune is, house 7, and Aquarius. We need to know where Jupiter is, Cancer, and house 12, Pisces. Okay, Jupiter's favorite place is what? Pisces. Pisces is about freedom. Birds are free. They seek freedom. They will always be free. Cancer, as we discussed, is about protection. It's about the moon. It's about the family, and it's about the home. With very good intuition. So Jupiter is exalting in Cancer. It's happy to be in Cancer. Um, it's wanting to know more. So it's not hindered. If Jupiter's in Capricorn or house 10, then it's hindered. It will not be able to be itself because it's going to be under restrictions by Capricorn, which is the government. Neptune is spirituality, and this type of vision for this Jupiter seeking awareness or idealism in 7, which is Libra, truth, justice, balance, Venus, love. So it's, that's, and Mercury conjunct with Neptune. So this person will communicate all of this, what I just described, in an Aquarian manner. So he will work with this new reality, the age of Aquarius. Um, um, and then we need to observe 3. Saturn in 3, which is restrictions in Gemini / Mercury. North Node in, yeah, in this is good, and the hobbies would be a Pisces reality, and 9 Sagittarius, which is intellect. So this guy is living in this reality that I just described. His hobbies are over here, thinking about intellectual things, trying to seek spirituality, trying to find truth, um, and Jupiter's trying to show him that freedom. Uh, and ultimately, this guy's going to figure out where we are, who we are, and why we are based on his chart. Um, what else is it? Looks like the moon is dominating, which is good. Moon is about the intuition, the gut, the feelings. Like I said before, when the mother, the ultimate mother, the ultimate divine feminine, she has 8 children. She's got to manage all of them. One of them's in trouble at school, no problem. She knows exactly what to do, what's going on. One of the kids is hiding something in the room. She knows it's there, um, but yet all the food is always prepared. The kids' clothes are clean, and you even get the socks that are soft. They don't come out rock hard from the dryer. They come out soft. That happens from the Cancer mother. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And they sew things up. They're very good at what they do. Um, but again, this new reality where we're in, they're trying to hide that from us. So yeah, he's all about that. What else is there here? Yeah, but those are the key things we got to check for. Neptune can't be in 10 or Capricorn, and Jupiter can't be there. Also, we also want to check Virgo energy. How much Virgo energy is there? We're not too bothered about Capricorn energy. It's okay, you know. We all need to have a police and have a governor, someone to manage things. Um, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's when they become corrupted is when you have this Neptune in 10 slash um, slash Capricorn or Jupiter and or. We've seen it with both. Those people, they go round in circles. They figure something out and then they go back. They go figure something out and then they go back. They figure something out and then they go back. They'll ultimately always stay back here in the lower chakra reality, which stops them expanding to their to operating on all 7 chakras. So essentially, it's like having an 8-cylinder car, and two of them or 3 of them are running down. The car's going to break eventually. So that's what we need to all seek to get over here on all 7, which we'll discuss in more further videos of what to do and how to do it. And we can all seek to improve after that too. But yeah, anyway, guys, that's the video. I will catch you all later. Have a great weekend. Cheers.